Next problem is fx is defined as x plus 3 if x is closed interval minus 4 to open interval minus 2. 1 if x belongs to closed interval minus 2 to open interval 2. And 3 minus x when x belongs to 2 to 4 closed interval. And gx is x plus 6 when x is less than 0, 2x plus 6 when x is greater than or equals to 0. Then, so option A is given, g of f of x equals to k will have at least one solution if k belongs to 5 to 8. To check this one, first we have to draw the graph of g of f of x. And g of f of x, instead of x we will replace f of x. What will get? Fx plus 6 when fx is what? Less than 0. And 2 times of fx plus 6 when fx is what? Greater than or equals to 0. Now we will draw the graph of fx. Fx is different from minus 4 to minus 2, minus 2 to 2, and 2 to 4. Minus 4 to minus 2, we can say y equals to x plus 3. And minus 2 to 2, y equals to what? 1. And 2 to 4, y equals to 3 minus x. If I draw the diagram, at minus 4 you will get y equals to minus 1. At minus 2 you will get what? 1. So this side you will get a straight line. It will intersect the x-axis at x equals to what? Minus 3. Minus 2 to 2 line will come, that is y equals to 1. And if I put 2 here, then also you'll get y equals to 1. If I put 4 here, you'll get what? Minus 1. So this will come here also a line. At this point is nothing but x equals to 3. We can say here that x belongs to closed interval minus 4 to open interval minus 3. Fx is what? Less than 0, where fx is what? X plus 3. Next is what? If I take x belongs to closed interval minus 3 to open interval minus 2, fx is what? Greater than or equals to 0, where fx is what? X plus 3. Next is what? If I take x belongs to closed interval minus 2 to open interval 2, fx is what? Greater than 0, where fx is equals to 1. Next is what? X belongs to, if I take closed interval 2 to closed interval 3, if I take fx is what? Greater than or equals to 0, where fx is what? 3 minus x. Next is what? If I take x belongs to open interval 3 to close interval 4, fx is what? Less than 0, where fx equals to what? 3 minus x. Now we'll take g of f of x. What will take? If I take x belongs to close interval minus 4 to open interval minus 3, fx is what? Less than 0. So where will go? Fx plus 6. And what is fx? X plus 3. So what will we get? X plus 3 plus 6. Next is what? X belongs to close interval minus 3 to open interval minus 2. Close interval minus 3 to open interval minus 2. Fx is what? Greater than or equals to 0. What is fx? X plus 3. So greater than or equals to 0 is what? 2 times of fx plus 6. And fx is what? X plus 3. So what will get? 2 times of x plus 3 plus 6. Next is what? X belongs to close interval minus 2 to open interval 2. Close interval minus 2 to open interval 2. Fx is what? Greater than 0. So where it will go? 2 times of fx plus 6. What is fx? 1. So what will come? 2 times of 1 plus 6. Next is what? X belongs to 2 to 3. So this is close interval 2 to close interval 3. So fx is what? Greater than or equals to 0. And fx is what? 3 minus x. Here it will go 2 times of fx plus 6. So what will come? 2 times of 3 minus x plus 6. And if I take x belongs to open interval 3 to close interval 4, fx is less than 0. Less than 0, that means fx plus 6. And fx is given 3 minus x. So what will come? 3 minus x plus 6. Now we can say g of f of x equals to x plus 9 when x belongs to close interval minus 4 to open interval minus 3. 2x plus 12 when x belongs to close interval minus 3 to open interval minus 2. 8 if x belongs to close interval minus 2 to open interval 2. 12 minus 2x when x belongs to close interval 2 to close interval 3. And 9 minus x when x belongs to open interval 3 to close interval 4. Now we will draw the graph of g of f of x. If I take x is minus 4, what will get? Y equals to 5. If I take x equals to minus 3, what will get? Y equals to 6. If I take x equals to minus 2, what will get? 8. If I take x equals to 2, you'll get what? 8 only. If I put x equals to 3, what will get? 6. If I put x equals to 4, you'll get y equals to 5. Now we can see all the function is nothing but a line equation. So we will join all the points with the straight line. So we'll get the graph. Now given is what? G O f of x equals to k will have at least one solution if k is 5 to 8. So we will draw y equals to k, and k is what? 5 to 8. So we will draw lines whose value is what? Either 5 to 8. So if I draw all the lines between 5 to 8, it will have at least two solution or more than two solution. If k is 8, we will have infinity solution, and 5 to 8 we will have two solution. That is, we can say it will have at least one solution in the interval of k belongs to closed interval 5 to 8. So option A is correct. So this is a graph of g of fx, Goff function, and this graph is, we can say this is even function. So that means D option is also correct. Second option is range of f of g of x is minus 1 to 1. To find out range, first we'll draw the diagram of f of g of x. So how we'll make? We can write f of g of x, we can write f of gx. So we can define like that. Instead of x, we'll put g of x. What we'll get? G of x plus 3, where g of x belongs to what? Close interval minus 4 to open interval minus 2, and 1, where g of x belongs to what? Close interval minus 2 to open interval 2, and 3 minus g of x, where g of x belongs to what? Close interval 2 to 4. Now to find out this one, first we'll draw the diagram of g of x. So this will take line. If I take x equals to 0, so g of 0 is nothing but what? 6. If I take x is greater than or equals to 0, g of x is nothing but a line equation, that is 2x plus 6. So that will be increasing. If I take x is less than 0, so g of x is nothing but what? X plus 6. This is also line, it will come down. So equation of this line is nothing but gx equals to x plus 6. Now we have to find out x value. For that, g of x become minus 4. So we'll draw the line minus 4 line here. So this is nothing but gx equals to minus 4. To find out x value, we'll put g of x value. So minus 4 equals to x plus 6. We'll get what? X equals to what? Minus 10. So this value will come as what? X equals to minus 10. Next we have to find g of x, where become minus 2. So we will do g of x equals to minus 2 line. So we'll put minus 2 here. So what you get? Minus 2 equals to x plus 6. We'll go at x equals to what? Minus 8. So this point will come what? X equals to minus 8. Next we will draw x equals to g of x equals to 2. So g of x equals to 2. So we will put 2 here. So what you got? 2 equals to x plus 6. X equals to, we got minus 4. So this point is what? Minus 4. Next is, if you will draw what? G of x equals to 4. So if I put 4 here, 4 equals to x plus 6. This implies that x should be what? Minus 2. So this value will get x equals to minus 2. Now from the graph we can see if g of x belongs to closed interval minus 4 to minus 2. So this is the graph. We can say at minus 8, 10, you'll get what? G of x minus 4. So x belongs to what become closed interval minus 10. And at x equals to minus 8, you'll get what? G of x is minus 2. So minus 2 is not included, so minus 8 also not included. So x belongs to what become minus 10 to minus 8 open interval. So g of x is nothing but what? X plus 6. Next is what? If I take g of x belongs to closed interval minus 2 to open interval 2. So here what will come? X belongs to closed interval minus 8 will come. And at minus 4, you'll get what? G of x is 2. So 2 is not included. So minus 4 also not included. So x belongs to what will come? Minus 8 to open interval minus 4. And g of x is nothing but what? X plus 6 only. Next is what? If I take g of x belongs to closed interval 2 to 4. So 2 we will get at what? Minus 4. So x belongs to what will come? Closed interval minus 4. And 4 we will get at x equals to minus 2. So minus 2 also included because 4 is included. And g of x is nothing but what? X plus 6 only. Now we will define as f of g of x. So f of g of x, how we can write? If I take x belongs to close interval minus 10 to open interval minus 8. So g of x lie between what? Close interval minus 4 to minus 2. That is g of x is minus 4 to minus 2. So this will come as g of x plus 3, and g of x is nothing but x plus 6. So we'll put x plus 6 in this equation. What will get? X plus 6 plus 3. That is another x plus 9. Next is what? If I take x belongs to close interval minus 8 to open interval minus 4. If I taking this one, g of x is nothing but close interval minus 2 to 2. So if I see this one, if g of x lie between close interval minus 2 to 2, f of gx is nothing but 1. So we'll put directly 1 here. If I take x belongs to close interval minus 4 to close interval minus 2. So close interval minus 4 to close interval minus 2. G of x lie between what? Close interval 2 to 4. If g of x lie between closed interval 0 to 2 to 4, f of gx is nothing but 3 minus gx, and where gx is what? X plus 6. So we'll put x plus 6 here. What will get? 3 minus in bracket x plus 6. What will get? Minus 6 minus 3. Now we'll draw the graph of f of g of x. If I take x is minus 10, so if you put minus 10 here, minus 10 plus 9, what will get? Y equals to minus 1. If I take x equals to minus 8, so minus 8, what you are getting? Y equals to 1. If I take x equals to minus 4, so minus 4 we will put here. So minus of minus 4 minus 3. So 4 minus 3 we will get what? 1. So y equals to where? 1 you will get. If I take x equals to minus 2, so minus 2 if you put here, so minus of minus 2 minus 3. So what will come? 2 minus 3 will get minus 1. So here you will get what? Minus 1 value. So what graph will get? This graph will get straight line. So this is graph of f of g of x. Now we'll find out the solution. So this is the graph of f of gx. So we want f of gx range. So f of gx range is nothing but minus 1 to 1. That means this option is correct. Next is if I take limit x tending to minus 2 f of g of x. So if I tending to minus 2, so value is tending to minus 1. That means limit also correct. So C option also correct. So in this one, A, B, C, D is correct answer.